Seagull and Seagull and Fox times. It is the Seagull and Fox time. We're back. We're making a Metroidvania, and we've been working on secondary abilities. So these are things that you can activate at the cost of energy. Although we don't have the cost bit in place yet. So that's probably what we're going to do today. So to give like a quick little example of what we're doing, let's just turn off the music. We have got way too many saves. Where's the... There it is. And so if we come to... We'll just go new, because I don't know what else is going to... What I'm going to find here. And obviously we've got our regular shooting, which is X. So we can shoot, right? But we want to have extra abilities, and we've got one now, which is shooting missiles, and that's probably not a very good example. But here we've got a couple of bugged out enemies, and we can shoot them and it will home towards them. Although he is shooting way faster than I like. They're not very good at homing. I guess they can't get around the obstacles. I changed the steer force, maybe that's why. But you get the point. You're meant to be able to shoot out a bunch of missiles. I think they go a bit too slow. We can work on tweaking that. Yeah, the homing bit is not very good, is it? They don't have pathfinding, so they're just going directly to the object, which is probably why they're always hitting the obstacles, which is fine. I don't actually think... Why are they doing that? All my crawlers are bugged. Gotta fix it one day. But essentially, that is the ability that we created. I think it needs more impact, obviously, but we're just getting the tech in place. So we don't have any cost. There's no cost. You can just do that continuously. And I think it needs to have a cost. And we've got something here called the ability manager, right? And we are just checking that if we have a current active ability, then we do it, no matter what. So here we have to request energy. Now, I think there is a way to do that already. And we also need to set in the ability class, I would say, an export variable, which should be below signals, for a cost. Export var ability cost. And that's just a float, I think. And I would say the energy container has a request. So if physics process add energy, use energy. Yeah, I might need to have a look at this and refactor it, because it is just right now only healing, and it actually handles the request for healing. Heal request.emit, which is kind of weird. Why would it do that? Let's have a look. So what we'd expect actually within the energy, this is energy, right? We're not looking at, yeah, within the energy container, we would expect to have like a function like request energy, and it could have an amount or float, and then actually not returning void, but actually bool, and just like if current energy is greater than or equal to amount, then return true, else false. Something like that, so that we can know that we can even request energy, and then we can call use energy. Once again, I think this is very much geared towards the healing mechanic, which I don't necessarily like, because this is based on energy used on emit delta, so it's like a rate.
Good.
Current energy minus used. No, I think that's okay, but why are we energy used emit delta? That's kind of weird if you ask me. I think this needs to be looked at. So healing request, let's actually first look at that. I'm kind of curious. How does healing work, or how did I set this up? Because that's kind of strange. So wait, energy container, it emits, we've got a use cost, which is weird. Okay, energy changed, energy use complete, energy use requested, go to method. On energy use requested, if physics is processing, state interruptible has state heal. Okay, so this is a healing related mechanic. I probably need to separate all this stuff out because this is kind of weird. And then energy used, go to method. This is the health container. So we're getting the delta back from that to actually heal ourselves over the heal rate. Okay. When it is a debug versus a power up, ancient gaming wisdom, no one knows. Goodness. Heal request. On energy container heal requested, if current health equals max health, then return. Yeah, I don't like that, but I guess we'll just work around it to begin with, and I'll look at that probably off stream because that's weird. Energy container should just like respond to energy use, basically. So it would now that I'm like, you know, more time into this, I feel like it would make more sense for the health container to know when to take a heal. So when you press the healing button, the health container says, "Can we heal?" to the energy container, and the energy container responds yes or no. That's how it should work, not the energy container saying, "Oh, can we heal?" So if not, current energy use is greater than 0. He'll request a bit. It probably was easier to do it from here. But yeah. Okay, but that's fine. We can do like a use energy. Because yeah, the whole thing is like, we will probably heal. Like if I have to guess what happens here, is we heal when we use energy, which is not what we want. Which is pretty funny. Classic. Stop healing, start healing in the energy container. Okay, but can we just create our stuff around this? I think we can. So we can probably get access to the energy container here for the ability manager. Energy container. Energy container. Right, and so now we can say, before we even get, if we have a current ability, right, then we can say var can have enough energy. This is a bool, and it's equal to energy container dot request energy. Energy use requested. Okay, fine. And here we pass in the current ability dot ability cost, right? And then we just get back a true or false. Remember, energy use requested is not a function. That's a signal. Wait, hey, request energy is a function. Energy use requested. Oh man, I'm gonna have to look at that. Okay. If enough energy, then we do this. And we also will probably go ability energy container dot use energy, and it's like amount energy used. So then we can go ability current ability is the name of the variable, and ability cost. And then do we need to pass in delta? Pass in 0. That should stop us from healing. I don't know what that's gonna... yeah, super dodge. We need to fix that. Why is it cranky? The method request energy is not present on the inferred type. Did I not save energy container? Yeah, it definitely feels like I threw that energy container together quickly because it's just built with the assumption that it's only used for healing, which is all I was trying to get it to do at the time. Okay, now it's happy. Okay, so now we just need to set an ability cost. Now, how much energy do we even have? So we have a max energy of 60. So 20 then, current energy, yeah, 20 seems like the appropriate cost. Energy cost 20, then that's fine. No, so energy cost, ability cost, oh, did I add it twice? Go to missile. Ripped. I think I did add it twice. Delete that. Every ability is going to have a cost so that it can sit in the base class. So we set that there. Alright, let's see if this works or it bugs out. Okay, hang on a second. Let me fix how many freaking... Open user data folder. Alright, so let's go find an enemy. Technically, I also set it up so that you can do this without... There we go. Enough energy. Non-existent function requests energy in base nil because I never set the variable. Every single time. Every single time. Yeah, I believe it cost energy. Because now I got none. So I gotta go get some more. Okay. Also want to take damage because obviously there's a healing issue here. Ouch. And now if I press the button, nothing happens. So I guess that worked. So that does give it a cost. I feel like it should do more in terms of damage. Because, yeah, there's a chance that you don't actually get to... You get locked in place, and if you're fighting multiple enemies, it does not feel like a very good ability. I think one-on-one it will be. Let's see, if you're fighting a horde... Kill this guy, kill that guy. Yeah, it's not bad. But I don't know if I'd rate it a good ability. I think against a boss it will be. Healing still works. So that's one. Now, the other thing as well is like, how do you get this equipped? Yeah, it's going to be through the modifier menu. Make a boss that requires something from each power, but what I want to do is make the bosses give you a power up. So you get, yeah, it's going to be something that I have to figure out, like, where do the physical, like the movement abilities come from, and where do the power, like the abilities, the movement abilities and the attack abilities, need a better word for it. Assault. I don't know. Either way, we are... So I want this one to come from like the first boss because it does the same thing. It shoots missiles. So we probably do like, if we really wanted to make it feel more impactful, we should probably do like a signal manager dot what is it? Camera bounds, camera anchor exited, onset camera position. It's all ranged if you want to avoid melee and range code templating. Yeah, it will mostly be ranged. I don't have any plans right now to do anything melee related because it's too hard. Shake. What is the camera shake code? I don't actually know. How do I do it? On camera feedback requested. Every time we shoot one, we're going to shake the camera. Oh, I have no energy. Okay, lost my head. I gotta fix that as well. A couple things that... Okay, now we got enough. Ooh, I'm getting chased by one myself. That's probably a bit much. But yeah. Just turn it down a bit, eh? Okay, so yeah, so how do we get this in? It is we need an add ability. Do we have an add ability? We do. If current ability, free current ability. Okay, I don't know about that. Current ability dot active. Okay, that's fine. Add ability. We're going to remove it. I think we need a function for removability as well. And we go void. It's just current ability queue free. Do we have connections that we need to remove? Current ability, connect, exit ability, disconnect. It probably gets disconnected on queue free anyway. And then, yeah, if current ability, we don't need to do that then. Add shard, current ability. We'll see, we'll see. Okay, so then we need to connect a signal. We need a couple of signals to tell it that we've got some. So we can go signal manager here and we can say, missions, mods, and buffs. Okay, here we go. Signal, add, ability. And it's an ability. Signal remove ability. Okay, and that doesn't take anything. And then we just connect them up. And then we can just emit when we equip them. So we go underscore signal manager dot add ability. Got to save the signal manager before you can see them. connect, add ability. Dot remove ability and remove ability. Okay. Dot connect and then pass in that. Also, with the remove one, we should also say if current ability. How do you stream Godot without streaming your entire screen? Doesn't Godot open a new tab when playtesting? Don't. Well, here's the trick. I am just streaming my monitor. There's chat right there behind this. And what you're seeing where the chat is just an overlay. It's all smokes and mirrors, mate. It's not nothing fancy. So I can bring in like a browser. Here you can see the music. It's just my monitor. So yes. So to the answer to that question, if you were just wanting to stream Godot as an application, some people reckon I should because it's safer, but you can always just say the magic is balked. Yeah, pretty much. What is the options here? Embed on next game, and then you untick that, make game workspace floating, and then when you press play, it'll run inside here, and so you can just have like your entire Godot being streamed as a single window. That works. Like, you can do that. I don't, because this size of this screen is always changing. It's not bad though. The thing is, like, occasionally if you do a stream and you want to react to something or whatever, you want to pull up a video, you want to, people send you like itch games. Annie Blanc, welcome. Annie LeBlanc, there we go. I can read. What will this game be for? It's for the world to play. Yeah, I'm gonna put it on Steam. If people like it. I'm like commercial? Yeah, it's commercial. WTV? What's that? So the plan is to make a demo that hopefully we get out in a couple months, definitely before the end of the year, and we get feedback. And if the feedback is good, then we keep going. If the feedback is not good or non-existent, nobody plays it, then you give up and you make a different game. Those are the rules. WTV? You can give feedback? Yeah, for sure. I'll announce when it's available. Is there a playtest option on Steam? There is. I mean, I don't have a Steam page set up yet, but you know, when the demo is ready, I'll make a Steam page and make a demo available for it. But the thing is, what was I thinking? Oh, I was thinking that I wanted to make like a hidden, like a thing, like if you're a watcher and you want to play like the alpha version, to give like feedback on things like mechanics, right? Because like obviously the art doesn't exist right now. Like I need to make that available. What I want to do is just have a complete game loop before I do that. You won't type too much, that's okay. So yeah, I need to complete the game loop, and then I want to do that so people that are like, you know, watching regularly can play and give feedback, and then once it's ready for the main stage, we see if people are interested in it at all, you know? May you see where are you in this game? Here we go. We haven't changed too much. Let's make it big. So we were working on abilities last time. Actually, go back. Just restart. Care about that debug. So last time we were working on this, we were making abilities, which we've only got one right now, but the idea is to have multiple, and as you progress through the game, you find them and you can, you know, change the way that you attack. So we've got one which is just firing multiple missiles, which if you were here yesterday, you would have seen me making. So we do that now, and they just follow the enemies. They lock onto every enemy pretty much in the screen. It's not quite 100% the screen. These enemies are bugged. Can you do like a down attack? Yes, we can. We'll go over here to a less developed room where there are these objects here. You can do like a down attack on them. You sort of just like bouncing on them right now. There's no art. So this is just like an object that you can bounce over. It's obviously because he's got like more of a Mega Man style attack. Ugh. We can't just make it a down attack because it feels like that one game, Mega Man, Metro Man. That was like a joke. There was a skit on like one of those like TV shows back in the day. So yeah, we do have a down attack. Took. I feel like this needs to... If you could recommend something to learn GD script, what would it be? I think Bracky's videos are pretty good, right? He's cheating. I bet he's played this before. I think you start making your dream game. Everyone wants to make their dream game. Just make a game. If you haven't started before. I spent ages just making little games. Brackies does Unity tutorials? Ah, that's where you're wrong, my friend. Where have you been lately? He started releasing Godot games. How to make a video game, Godot beginner tutorial. 7.3 million views. Damn, I wish I got views like that. He needs to do multiplayer? He's pretty slow. He puts out like maybe 2 or 3 videos a year, right? I mean, he announced his return and made 2 videos. Has he made anything else? Honestly, don't, because it's not really like left the dark side and joined the light, yeah. He hasn't put out anything else, yeah. He's just done the 2D and the 3D. And an intro to lighting, yeah. So he's done like a fair bit, honestly. So he's got like the GD script, the actual video. Damn, Zenva sponsored that? I didn't know. That's crazy. That must have cost a fortune. How to make 3D games and lighting. So he's got a couple of decent videos. So he's a good spot to start. If you don't know any GD script, I recommend just going there. That or Heartbeast. Heartbeast is really good too. Like obviously, Heartbeast has been around for ages. I learned how to use Godot from Heartbeast. And he does like more like courses. So I do this, I used to do the same thing. I haven't made a video in a while. But he does like part 1, you know, you just follow along, how to make an action RPG, and you can just follow along. If you're trying to make that kind of game, how to make a ninja platformer, and he's got like an entire series that you can follow, which can be a little bit more helpful if you need some more in-depth. It's good. These kind of videos I think are good because you get to learn how to make something that's a little bit more complicated than what you might learn in a Brackies video. But Brackies is a really good place to start if you've never tried anything. Go Brackies, they go Heartbeast. Even Steven, welcome to the chat. It's harder to learn in the internet than school? I reckon it's easier to learn on the internet these days. I wish I had known, I wish I had known more how powerful the internet was at teaching. I was very much like the traditional style, you know what I mean? Like I went through university, I've done my master's, not in video games or programming or anything like that, but I was very much like, oh, you need to go to like a class. Like if I wanted to learn how to code, I need to go study like I get a degree in software engineering or something like that. And then like I sort of started to realize around 2015 like how powerful the internet was, but like I never really dug into it until like I finished my master's. Okay, so we are saying we need to add and remove this kind of thing because right now we don't have any reason to do that. No, we don't have any ability to do that. If current ability, remove ability. Can we nullify that? So, how do we make it this? We need two things. A couple of patterns you can make a danger pasta. Yeah, exactly. I practically failed my computer science class in high school, but when I started learning Godot online, it was so much easier to understand, also a lot more fun. Yeah, that's... What's the point in making games that you'll say that watching videos, tutorials is too much? Like, I mean, after the 10th game, or WTV... What does WTV mean? Zoom is in the chat, help me out. Or whatever. Okay, thank you. So, what's the point? I mean, you have to start somewhere. Like, you can't just start... If you know how to code, then maybe you can just start making a game, I guess. But if you don't, then you have to do a couple of follow-alongs just to get an idea of how everything works. I feel like that's just how it is. It's how it works for me. And then you just make a couple of small games. Like you go, you get your itch account. You go and you make an itch account. You join a couple of jams. Dude, what's my... Create a cookie cutter. Yeah, just... Shaffmere.itch.a. I'm like I can't work out how to get to mine. So, you know, like you just do this, you make like a dumb browser game that takes like 5 seconds. This is the like last game. I think I put this out last year. 230 days ago. It's really basic. It's like just nothing. But it was just for fun. It was a part of a challenge to make a game in 3 hours or something. Oh, I can't remember. Like it was... So it's like... You just have to shoot these guys. You know what it was? It was a UI pack challenge. This is all the game is. There's nothing more complicated. There's no juice. I have to reach a combo of 5 to like get an upgrade. Oh, I lost it straight away. This game is pretty hard as a shmup. I think I'm not gonna make it. But yeah, that's literally it. You just have to do that. It's planetary defense. Planet defense. I didn't even give it the right name. And it's like, that's the Earth, and this is the bad guy, and it's all made from UI elements. That was the entire thing. Ship it, yeah. Am I the only one that like feels discouraged seeing like the normal time it takes to learn coding? I mean, don't, because it does take a long time. I started learning how to code in 2015. And I'm only getting to the point now where I say that I'm confident enough to make a bigger game, right? And even then, it's like, it's pretty hard. Like, you know, I was looking at the energy container before. It's a mess. It's like, okay, that was bad. I did a bad job with that. right? And it's going to cost me time to fix it. And that's okay, you know? That's just a part of the learning process. You have to like continuously be like going further every single time. But yeah, you know, it takes a long time to get good at these things. What do you need? Like 10,000 hours? Learning programming can feel very difficult when someone has the knack for it. It's hard to relate to their way of crafting. Yeah, for sure. Is 11 too young to make games? No, not at all. It's a great time to start. Like, you know, that's a great time to learn how to code. You're young. You have, if you maintain consistency for 10 years, rather than being 35 when you're getting good, you're going to be 21, which is a great age to be like good at something, you know? Started at 8. My first game was a 2-player in 1979. Damn, that's crazy, dude. That's awesome. 2 great programmers started around the age of 12. No, yeah, it's a great time. I mean, it was just one of those things for me where when I was a kid, I wanted to make games and my dad showed me how to code in Pascal. And it didn't click for me. You know what I mean? Like I didn't see how that was interesting. I was 6 years old. So, you know, it's not really like, what can you do? Right? I was just like, this kind of sucks. I didn't realize it takes this level of work and I just wanted to play. And so like I dropped it and then I didn't start looking at it again until I was older. You can be the best coder in the world, but you also need art, audio, and stuff. Yeah, that's the other thing that is like, when you start, you think, oh, if only I knew how to code, I could make like a good game. And then it's like, then you get the part where you feel confident enough in your code, and you're like, oh, there's so much more required. It's not even the thing that makes a good game, right? Like, there's so much more involved than just being able to make the thing that you want to make. Download LMMS instead of FL Studio. I have like Godot, Pixarama, and my dad can let me use FL Studio. He got FL Studio as a gift. Nice. Well, if he has FL Studio, that's fine. I use Reaper personally. It's all the same. I used FL Studio back when that was like really easy to pirate. Back in the day. What is a music door? Don't worry about it. It's just what is it? It's a browser base, right? Projective music. Oh no, it's download now. Basically, these are music making tools that you can use to create sounds and sound effects and music for your games. There's a bunch of them. LMMS is open source, right? Or am I misunderstanding that? Powered by DigitalOcean. So that's one that people use. I'm a big fan of Reaper personally, which is a lot more geared towards people who understand how to produce music. I don't know about LMMS. It looks pretty comprehensive. But yeah, for me, because I was involved in music production at some point, Reaper just makes more sense. So I understand it a lot better. FL Studio is great. A lot of people love it. It costs money. It's still good for music. Yeah, they're all good for music. That's what they're for. You know what I mean? Like if you wanted to create an album, you would have to use something like this to do it. Sound effects. Okay. Shout out. I might try it out. I'm really far away from making sounds, but Reaper is not free. Reaper costs money, but you can use it for free. It's kind of like that kind of thing, you know, where it's like they ask you to pay, but you don't ever really have to. I have, but they recently updated and now they want more money from me and I haven't done that yet. I think that was like a couple of years ago. They put in a big update. Okay. Reaper never nags, but it's commercial. Yeah. LMMS is open source. And open source is good. Music software is one of those things. It's just like, once you know how it works, you kind of don't want to shift because it's hard to learn. Okay, so we need to find a way to get this into our, like, equip this via a UI. So what I have set up is the mod menu, right? So we've got the mod menu. Should I delete my old games because I don't want to fill my disk? I mean, if you have the space, I would say my advice to you as a young person is just preserve everything you can, because like one day when you're older, you'll wish you had this stuff. So like if you can preserve it, you should, so that eventually you can go back and look at it and reflect on how much you've improved, all those moments in your life where you had those experiences as well, which is really powerful. So we need the mod chip menu. Now we've made a change. Oh, there's nothing here. It has no appearance, which is okay. We've got equipped and we've got a chips. Don't delete for fun. I took a game I made in 2002 and asked a large language model to show me my mistakes, and it was green. I was green. Oh yeah. Yeah. Just stuff like that. I think I've got everything. I don't have any of the games I made when I was a kid. I just didn't preserve them. It wasn't front of mind, and I wish that I had. I made the mistake of losing some old games that I made. Yeah. A lot of old music as well that I used to make, I don't have anymore. I've got the exported MP3s or whatever, but I don't have the original stems. So like I can't ever go back and work on it, change it or anything like that, which is really kind of disappointing. But at least I've got like some of the old music. I still wish I had more of it. I am very not happy at myself because I use tutorials and then change the scripts with AI. Well, I would recommend avoiding AI just as you're learning, you know, try to avoid using it. But like, I mean, you have to learn, right? So you've got to use tutorials. You need to interact, you need to make stuff. And if you don't know, you need to ask it the question. That's like a part of the learning process, right? So like, if you don't know, you need to ask that question, and asking that question, it could be another person. It could be just Google. It can be AI, but you just need to understand that AI can sometimes make mistakes, just like a human can. So, you know, don't use AI when you're learning. Yeah, I think that's the best advice. It will make your head mashed potato. Use it later after being stuck for 2 days. Respect the process, yeah. I personally don't use it at all, just because I find that it never gives me a good answer, you know? I guess it's just a grid. I don't intend for these to be more than one, but we just duplicate this, right? Every time I use AI, the movement feels smooth. I don't know why. I really thought AI would do something bad, but I love the movement. I'm addicted to movement making. I don't know. There's nothing wrong with that. I spent years just making prototypes of controllers, like character controllers. Like literally years. Ability mod slot. Columns 1. I want to change the name of this to be capital. Okay. So, set mod chip. If I could, I would really show the movement system I made, but I don't know how to. At the end of every month, we have like a community event where you can show your project off. So you can upload it to places like itch.io. So itch.io is a website where you can upload your games for people to play. It can be commercial, but most of the time it is like just free, especially if it's just something like a movement demo, you know, something like that. You could just upload and you can either play in the browser or play for free. You like download it. So if you want to show off a project on at the end of every month, we do like a night where we just play those. So the next one will actually be next weekend on Anzac Day. It's an Australian holiday. So it'll be the 25th of April. So literally next weekend. It'll be in the evening though. So It will be 12 hours from whatever time it is where you are, because I'm in Australia, so we do it in the evenings on Saturdays. So you might not be awake for that, but I can play it if you send it to me and you can watch the VOD. Okay, so handle selection, set mod chip list, initialize mod chip menu, right? So equipped, mod chip, get next slot, set mod chip. Mod chip's equipped. Do we ever set how many mod chip slots that we can have? There is a way, we do it, because for I in mod chip list, create mod chip, set, we add the child. So this is all the mods that we have in our possession. Equipped list dot columns equals mod chip mod slots. Okay, yeah, right. So here we can say we need to create the ability. Export via ability mod. Ability mod list, and it's also a grid container. And here we can say equipped list mod chip list dot columns is equal to mod list. I can type, and we'll say ability mod chip slots. There's only going to be one, but we'll make it open. We'll leave it open. You know what I'm saying? If we want to expand it to 2, we can. But it will just be that. And then that's it, really, because I guess we do need to actually, like, if it is equipped, it is a mod chip in, Jesus, can't type. Mod list dot ability mod chip equipped. We've already got a variable for that. Ability slot, I guess we'll call it, which is a mod chip slot, and it's equal to get next mod slot. What does that function do? Next slot equals I. If mod chip. Okay, so we're just seeing if it actually has. Interesting. I stopped making games for like a week because of my unnecessary stress to make my games perfect. I don't know why, but I'm always, don't stress, man. I think like, especially if you're new, you need to take it as like a more relaxed approach. Like, you can't make a AAA game. Like, just make something fun. Just make like a little thing. If you're moving the character around, make a Mario clone, make a Pac-Man clone, make something that already exists so that you can know what it needs to have. Like, just learn from that. Growling Octopus, I missed you. Welcome to the chat. We got some Doritos in the chat. The fact that I wanted to do a Silksong level game as my first game, yeah. I mean, that's what I've been doing this now for 5 years maybe, and it's like I've been doing it seriously for 5 years, and I'm only getting to the point where I feel confident enough to make something like that. So, like, there's a journey ahead of you, but if you may remain dedicated, then you'll get to that point for sure, and probably a lot faster than me because you're young. What is equipped slots? It's an array of mod chip slots. Do we need to make a new array of ability slots? I made 8 games with only 2 that came out not breaking. Yeah, I mean, that's just a part of the learning process, right? You're gonna find bugs and you're just gonna... Should I still use tutorials? If you feel the need to. That's that's literally it. I still use tutorials sometimes. If I don't know how to do something, I'll watch a tutorial. Sometimes it's easier if someone shows you. Sometimes I'll create something and then I'll go back and watch a tutorial on how people say that you should do it. You know what I mean? Just to see like what's the consensus around this process. You know what I mean? So I want game dev is like playing a game like Factorio. It's not to say like playing a platformer or action game where you beat it and win. You learn to beat it, then go, okay, I can do this way better next playthrough and iterate. Yeah, exactly. You iterate until you're satisfied with how well you did. I don't mind if you use tutorials. I'm not even going to notice. You know what I mean? I won't even notice. Slots. Okay, so I'm just breaking everything here. And then ability slot. 100-hour game devs are going to slop out monsters, embrace it. Yeah. Yes, exactly. Yeah, just embrace the jank. It's going to be that way for a while. Equip slot dot set mod chip. I don't know what I'm doing, eh? For I in mod chip list equipped. We're just setting the slot. Equip slot dot set mod chip I. You'll have a Discord? Yeah, it's in the description, dude. You can join. Initialize. Okay, what are we doing here? Equip equals mod chip slots, and then obviously for slots we're going to create mod slip and we're going to append it and add a child for the mod chip slots, which are just ones that we can equip. And these two are the ones that have like a limit. Don't tell others, but I kind of have Discord. Oh, okay. I don't understand the joke. Okay, so that's probably not going to work. We'll see. I kind of forgot what I was supposed to be doing. I'm trying to get the slot to show up in the equip slot. So here's the thing. We can initialize all we want. What we also need to do is actually be able to equip it. So how does that work within the mod chip like UI? And that is we have a handle selection, right? And if we have equip list, so we're just saying that like of our current selection, we have the equip list, unequip, and then mod list view, equip mod. We also need to check what kind of mod it is, right? Parent slot. Current mod selected, get parent. Okay. Match parent slot. Oh, right. So if it's in the equip list, we're going to equip it. And if it's in the mod view, I actually know what this is. Yeah. I learned in GDScript the function thingy. Nice. So we say equip mod chip var free mod chip slot for I in equip list get children. If I dot activated continue free slot break. Right. Free slot dot set mod chip. So if we don't get a free slot, what happens? On mod chip equipped. Just dot emit, grab focus. Surely this, ouch. Like font, GG, put whatever. Also learned how to do variables, but I kind of forgot them a little. Variables are super easy. Just think of variables as like a container. It's just a jar. Like I got one here. Look, it's got water in it. And that will just show Like what is this variable? This variable is water. That's what's in it. That's all it is. And the cool thing about computers is anything can be in it. Doesn't have to be one thing. You can put jars inside of your jars. If current mod selected, handle selection. Wait, what the hell? I'm starting to think that my code is not super readable. Key columns are very tight. It's breaking now because of that. The property of base type nil. Since it's the weekend, I'll watch every video of the streams. I love talking to people. Hey, that's awesome. I love having people here to talk to. Distracts me from coding. Someone say if the script works, it stays the same. I'm a bit confused. It does. Not existent. I was like, what? Theoretically, based on what I'm reading, it would crash if you try to equip when there's already stuff equipped. It does do that. I was like, it's so funny because I was reading that going like, surely there must be something else that I'm missing here that handles whether or not we know we can equip something. And it turns out there isn't anything and I just missed that. So now we have to say if free slot, do this, right? Otherwise, like, what the hell? If I saw someone say if the script works, it stays the same. I mean, like, if the script works, make it stay. Yeah, I get what you're trying to say. Okay, so if free slot, then do all this. What's the name of my game? I don't know yet. I think the working title in the project is Below the Ice. But I need to come up with something catchier. It's based in a facility, in like an underground facility in Antarctica, and it's going to be like sort of sci-fi, sub-icier. It's okay. Okay, there we go. Now we don't crash. Okay, great. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Exactly. Like Subnautica. I was going to call it like containment, but that's probably taken. Maybe if I had a name for what this guy is, this character, maybe I could call it that so that we could have like a continuing series if it's successful, you know? I don't know. It's coffee time. So now that we've fixed that, we can sort of say, we need to find out, well, because we've added complexity here, right? So like part of the issue here is like the attack slot is separate from an equip slot. So we've got two different kinds. And I actually, now that I say that, I do remember in the mod chip, I did set up for this. So I set up an export enum for a modifier type, ability versus stat. So I need to check that before we go up and actually decide where to put something. So we need to come back to this and say mod chip slot. So we need to match the mod chip slot. So I have game names for games I'm planning, even domains for them, but I'm not the one actually working on. Even the project name is Slopgear, but I don't think that'll be the final name. Slopgear is kind of a cool name though. I've got an idea for games that I do know what I want to call them, but like I'm not working on those right now. Right? I know the name of the game that I'm going to make next, but I don't know the name of the game that I'm making currently. Go figure. I don't know if you already explained the code, but you don't mind, could you maybe explain the code? There's a lot of code in this game. Which part of the code would you like me to explain? Mod list already exists as a variable. Any code. Okay, we can explain this one. Let me just try to think of what I want to call this variable. It is going to hold like the list. So this is going to be the mod equip list. And this is a grid container, right? So now we're going to do like a match. And we're going to match the free slot dot mod dot modifier type, and we're going to match it to the I think it's like ability, and then if that's the case, then mod equip list, this one, is going to be equal to the ability mod list. Or if it's a stat, I think it's called, then the mod equip list will be equal to the equip list. And then we can say this gets looped rather than the fixed one. All that code allows you to have a semi-random number inside Godot shaders without asking the outside world what the traditional CPU read is. Wait, what does this do? Color. Okay, wait, hang on a second. Color equals vec4, vec3, fract. Oh my god. Dude, I'm already lost. All it allows you to have a semi-random number inside a Godot shader without asking the outside world or traditional CPU read. Interesting. So you don't have to go like get random. I don't even know how that would work in Godot shaders, right? Like, can the shader language even generate a random number, or would you have to pass it in via GDScript or whatever, C#? So it's ability and stat. Each GPU will give you a random one if you are leaning on accuracy in the card to achieve it. Oh, okay. There you go. Okay, so why is it angry? The variable free slot is never used. Is the what? Before being assigned a variable? Oh. That should be mod slot. Thank you. The parameter mod is never used in the function on mod unselected. Really? Okay. Okay, so that should help us out here. In terms of determining which thing to check to see is open. Now we don't even have an ability slot at the moment. So I don't know if we get a new game and we go and look at the mod chip menu. We've still just got 2. And it's still breaking here. Cannot call method get children on a null value. Interesting. Free slot is null. Mod equip list is null. Did I do my math wrong? Did you make any games? I mean, like before the ones that we can play? Yeah. Yeah. I'm not a professional. But Bone Circuit is working. Bone Circuit is professional. Oh, you're talking to him? Okay. I'm good. He watches the young guns. I'm not young. But he likes to watch me struggle. Mod chip, modifier type. Why would that be null? Huh? Is it not set? But I hope it's not the cash grab ones, you know? Yeah. I don't like those people. Let's put a breakpoint here. Give it that one. What is it saying? Okay, mod slut. What is the FPS controller? It's just a character controller that you can download and pull apart for fun. It's not a game. It's like you can just use that for yourself if you want. bit of code. I don't work on religions, bombs, and gambling, but not everyone has that opportunity. Yeah, I mean, it's tough. You take what you can get, you know? I think if you're a professional, like, I've known people that have worked on gambling stuff before, even though I would say that I don't think they particularly support that kind of activity. I didn't know people had like already made controllers on that. Yeah, there's heaps of stuff. You can just grab that asset and you can have a look and see how it works if you're interested. Mate works in gambling machines. I can't do it. Yeah. Yeah, it's tough. I mean, I don't think I could personally. But it's big business in Australia at the same time, right? Like it is, like if you talk about like one of the biggest industries in the country, it's slots. Do you all think making a chess game is too much? Yeah, it's pretty hard. Does this need to be just an integer? Like what actually returns for modifier type, even though it's a... It does return an int. So this either is going to be 0 or 1. I thought I could do a string match on that. Match value 1. Match type 2. Match value 1, match type 2. Yeah, I thought you could do this. Am I crazy? I guess if I made them like constants, but I don't have that. So we'll just go with 0 and 1, I guess. I don't know. It's not really going to be very helpful for me down the track though. Will it work? Chess logic is too difficult for many years. I don't even think I can do that, to be honest. It should be an ability. Yeah, so it gets to there and then it goes, okay. If we continue. Yeah, okay, so that does work. I might just have to make a note of like which one is which. Am I able to do that like over here? This is an ability mod. Oh, here's a good thing. It's called, what is it called? Like 20 games? 20 game challenge? So 20 game challenge is something that I think is worth looking at. Yeah, Pong. Like if you're brand new to game dev, maybe you know a little bit of coding, then you can do a 20 game challenge. And this is basically just a list of games that you could try to make as a beginner. So game number 1, Pong or Flappy Bird if you feel like it, or you could make both. I've made both. They're super easy to make. I think Flappy Bird is easier personally, but Pong's pretty good to make as well. And then it gives you the next game. The next game is Breakout, which is kind of like Pong, but a little bit different. Or Jetpack Joyride, if you're familiar with it. I don't know if kids still play that. You know what I mean? And then we've got Space Invaders for number 3, or Frogger or River Raid. Space Invaders, like, yeah, it just like increases the complexity of the game each game you make. Like, I think I did as a stream a couple of years ago, I made Pong. It took me about 2 hours, maybe 3. It's pretty challenging, even for me. Like, if you have to think about like physics and stuff like that and how it's going to work. So it forces you to think about things maybe you've never had to think about before. Once you have made Pong, clone the project and tweak it to make Breakout. Yeah, that's literally here. Yep. Clone the project and make Space Invaders. All games have branched lineage. Yeah, they're very similar. And then Asteroids, right? 2D shoot 'em up. Pac-Man. Super Mario Bros. Is number 6, so you're gonna make like a platformer at that point. It's funny though, I mean, I personally skipped straight to this. Like, that was, my first game was like a Celeste-like. But yeah. Save Pac-Man, it has A star and can be difficult. Oh, true. Pathing. That would actually be pretty hard, especially in modern technology. It's not really geared towards that. So you'd have to make your own. Like, I had a really hard time getting pathfinding in Godot specifically to go not in a straight line, because modern stuff, it just goes find the fastest path in a straight line. And it's like, no, I don't want that. And so you have to like do a custom A-star class to make it not do a straight line. Like, if you don't want it to travel in diagonals, which I don't think you can in Pac-Man. I don't even think in Pac-Man is there diagonal space that you can even move in. There's not really, so it probably wouldn't be an issue. Actually, you know what? There is, because if you look, this is going to open up. I just want to look at the image, man. Google, come on. Like, I've had trouble in the past with Godot A-star where it would try to go from this point to this point. And you're like, no, that's not allowed. Go up and then across first. It's a whole thing. It was very complicated. I normally use the scripts and change everything. My problem is the scripts, yeah. That's the hard part. Yeah, it will be for a while. And then it'll be the easy part, and then the hard part will be everything else. This is a stat. Odd. Okay. Easy. Okay, so now the other thing that we need to address is the fact that we're not actually even adding any slots for the ability so that we can actually equip this. Let's have a look. In it. Equip slots.append, equip list.add child, new slot. Yeah. For I int in mod list dot ability mod slots. There we go. And then we're gonna do the exact same thing, except we'll change the thing here to go ability slots and ability mod list. Yeah. Yeah, own the logic of the script. That way you can escape tutorial Dante's hell. Tutorial hell is definitely something that people do get stuck in. It took me a while to get out of. Like, it's hard. Eventually it just clicks, you know? But until you get to that point, it can be really difficult. I think, yeah, it just takes time. You have to sort of be more easy on yourself. And be continuously solving problems. Like, perhaps maybe before you watch a tutorial, you stop and you think, how can I solve this problem with my current knowledge? Oh yeah, it's behind it. Yeah, okay, cool. It is there. 3D, 2D. Now, these are in a center container. What this actually needs to be is in its own center container. This is an H box, but actually, okay, so this, we need to add we actually need to add an H box. And then this is actually a V box. Try this exercise with what you know. Write magic number guessing game without any tutorials. This will tell you how competent you are. I think the very first thing that I ever coded was a calculator that figured out how many days you have been alive. So you would put in your birth date and then it would tell you that you've been alive like, oh, you know, 10,000 days or however many days you have been alive. I don't actually know. It was really basic. It was just basically like, I mean, it was possible, I think, within the code to like work out leap years and stuff like that. I think it was a very long time ago. I only know functions and variables. That's all you need to know. You know, that's it. That's all a game is. You'll be all right. Now I changed everything. Everything's okay because I use export variables. Let's see what's broken. All right, great. We got 3 showing up, and these should only go into those slots there and not go into that. Ooh, that's an ability slot? I didn't know that. Can we unequip it though? It doesn't look like we can, which is interesting. And it doesn't do anything because that one doesn't do anything. It's really not. I think I just did that for fun, but I guess it works. Learn random function now and make a mini random number guessing game. Let me find a notepad. Okay, so let me just go back to the mod ship list. Is it in player? Abilities? Weapon manager? Where does the mods live? Oh, mod ships. Auto fire is not an ability. I'm sorry, it's just a stat modifier. A notepad for game making? I use VS Code if I'm gonna use stuff, but like, yeah, Obsidian. Obsidian is the open source version, right? Or the non-Microsoft version. Am I crazy? Oh, it doesn't look like it. It looks good though. Kate is an IDE. Yeah, Kate is good. Obsidian is free. Kate is open source, so you can use that for everything. I just typed Kate into Google and I'm getting like the royalty. Kate editor. I've never used it for coding, but I do use it for like basic note taking. Alrighty. Okay, so now we've got that. We can make the mods and equip. Oh, we couldn't unequip. Actually, let's just change this back to an ability then, so that we can test our UI basically to make it work the way we want. Now unequip didn't work, probably because it needs to have the same like match to like figure out what to do. And then we can go unhandle, handle selection, equip mod, unequip. Right. If mod slot dot activated new mod, duplicate, unselected connect, unselected connect. This is really what's happening. Okay. Mod chip, clear mod chip, mod slot. Mod slot. Okay, I would say that I'm not getting back what... When can't download Kate in Windows? Yeah, you can. It's available for Windows. Really? It says available for Linux, Windows, and Mac OS. I'm on Windows right now. And then you scroll down and you go get from download the nightly 64-bit installer. There we go. And it looks like this, which is kind of scary actually. But yeah, just download the exe, I would say. I don't think I have Kate installed on this machine. Let's install it. Well, installing Kate. I did it. It's crazy how much it looks like Katie, the video editor. Yo, main disk is filled up. That sucks, bro. Actually, my disks are starting to get kind of full. I was noticing before. I was like, damn. Look at all this space. I need to... I've only got 366 gigabytes left. Only 700 gigabytes left on this one. 1.5 on that one. I don't even know what that is. And then on the NAS, I've only got 500 gigabytes free. It's got KDE, DNA, yeah. Needed to buy a new SSD recently. Is it expensive? Has it gotten really expensive? I reckon, so we were dealing with this issue where we couldn't yeah, go back to Platter Drive. When time to break out the cassettes, all right? I think that's just the way that we have to go. Magnetic tape drive is the future. I think prices are up. 130 euros for 900 gigabytes. That seems expensive. You need to sell a kidney for RAM, yeah. Okay, so hang on a second. We couldn't unequip. Handle selection. Can equip list. So we need to can we do an OR? I don't know on match. Can we do ability mod list here? Expression in match pattern must be constant expression identifier or an attribute. I guess we can't. That's all right. Maybe we'll want to do something different. KDE is a, what do they call it? It is a window manager. And what that means is essentially like when you see something on your screen, there is a program under the hood of your operating system that is handling all of those windows and the visuals of your computer. And for Linux, you have multiple options. Obviously for Windows, you just have whatever Explorer, right? Or whatever Windows is called. I don't know what they call their window manager. Maybe it's just called Windows. But for Linux, it can be anything. And KDE is one of those window managers, and there's a consistency to the way they look. So obviously Kate is a KDE product. So it uses KDE. This is kind of what KDE buttons look like and stuff like that. And so if I open up, yeah, for sure, dude, it's 100% safe. And so I use KDE Live, KDE N Live, and it looks really similar, right? Like if you look at the button, the way it highlights in blue, it's the same. And so they've got that consistency between their appearances, and like the little arrows and stuff. And like the new button is exactly the same. Obviously open buttons is exactly the same. Stuff like that. Kden Live is really good, but it has some memory crashes with it before. I've never had any issues with it. I really like it. I wouldn't use anything else at this point. I don't do anything complicated, you know what I mean? Like I'm literally just cutting up videos and putting subtitles on them these days. So, and then for like tutorials, it's even easier because you're just cutting. You're not doing anything else. Okay. All right, let's see if this worked. Super safe. It's like the safest. Okay, so we should be able to unequip it. Yay! It works. But also, I don't think it did anything. Like, we still can't shoot rapidly. So, I don't know if the signal's being put out. My disc is so filled up, it's red. Damn, that's crazy. So, are we still not calling the signal then? For mod slip. Okay, equip mod break. If free slot. Set mod chip slot. Site manager on mod chip equip mod chip. Free slot grab focus. I mean, we're still omitting the focus. Like, I don't know. That's kind of weird. Like, we wouldn't be able to set it. We're definitely getting to this section of code. I don't really understand why it would not emit the signal correctly unless I've changed something else. So I guess we can go to, it's auto fire. I can't remember exactly what I'm doing there. If we go to the auto fire, we are calling the signal on auto fire changed, and I believe that's happening in the weapon manager. One of the risks, I think within this this paradigm that I've created for mods is that it can actually be pretty confusing to figure out what they're doing without actually looking at them. Auto fire. On auto fire changed. Toggle. Set mod damage. Okay, let's see if we're getting to that. We hit the breakpoint. Toggle is on. Damage change -5. So yeah. Oh wait, no, now it works. Right, fair enough. Just had to have a look at it, didn't we? How bizarre. Didn't know there was free After Effects alternative? Wait, why can't I see that in the chat? Isn't it a feature parity with Premiere Pro? Natron sort of does it. There it is there. I don't know, yeah, I've got it set to live chat, so it's weird that I can only see it in one. I've got a toilet, guys. Also, I've got a new screen now. I've got a Be Right Back screen. I want to change it so that it shows like Angel or something, like the dog sitting in the corner. We like add a screen. Can we add like a display capture? Display capture. No, we want video capture device. Add existing. Android Ugrain capture. That's not the right one, but remove. Add existing video capture device. It's called Android. That's it there. And so now I can make this sort of small in the corner. And then when I leave, you can see what she's up to, which is nothing. Okay. No, I have to. Yeah, she is cute. We call her all sorts of names, but what does my wife call it? Puzzona, which is like, I think like a cute way to call something fat in Italian. She's a bit round. So I'm gonna put a random LAN funk first random number. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know how to spell it. Learn the secret of random. How to get true random instead of seed. Ooh, that is, yeah. It's really easy in Godot. You just call. I can actually show you a practical example of this. It should be pretty easy. So if you go like var float and you get like rand I, right? I'm pretty sure it's going to be the same every single time. You have to call, actually, if I go unhandled input, so if I go here in the unhandled input, now if I say if event dot is action pressed, let's just go with down. And then we go var float var rand is a float equals rand I. Well, that's kind of silly. Rand I, and then print that out, right? I'm fairly certain it will be the same sequence every time we run the game. So let's just go and close that and then run. And then we can choose any one of these. I'm pretty sure it'll work. So, okay, so we got rand I. Okay, so we got a bunch of random numbers. Just take note of these, right? So we copy these. Let's put them in a notepad over here. Right? Stop the game. Rerun the game. And we'll do the same thing again. Is it different? It is different. Okay. Once upon a time, that wasn't the case. Interesting. Wonder what they're doing under the hood now differently. You used to have to call randomize, which is still a thing. Randomizes the seed for internal state of the random number generator. The current implementation uses a number based on the device's time. This function is called automatically when the project is run, so it's going to be random every single time. If you need to fix the seed to have a constant result, you can set the seed. But yeah, I thought, based on that knowledge, that this was always going to be the same sequence. Rand I returns a number. Okay, well, I guess I was just wrong on that. Pseudo random floating point value. I don't know. Maybe I'm misunderstanding it. I remember something like that too, but I think maybe they changed it. Yeah, probably. I think they must have. Yeah, I remember having to call randomize, but it's been a while since I've used random numbers for things, so. They're probably doing something under the hood. Okay, so what the hell was I trying to do? Oh, I was setting the equip slot and the unequip. Got that working. So now we just need to make... Right, okay, and then like the shoot mechanic wasn't working, but now it is. So Yeah, I thought if you randomize, it would save seeds. You would need randomize if you wanted to save seeds, yeah. The easiest way to count update numbers to get a new seed, but yeah, back to the show. we get a little distracted over here. It's all right. We learn things. Okay, so what the hell do we need to do to equip this missile barrage? I actually think it's pretty easy. But the more I think about it, if we create a new resource here called a mod chip, right? And we call it missile barrage. That's probably spelt wrong, but I might also create a new folder for ability mods, right? So that they're separate and we know that they're different. And then the auto fire is not an ability mod. I don't think it fits the category. Okay, so now we've got this. It's a modifier type ability, and we'll just call it so barrage. Is it double R? What is barrage? How do you spell that? That is correct. It is double R. Okay, we don't have an icon for this. We have to make one quickly. I think they're 48 by 48 randomly. And
did you know forklift license plates are sideways?
That doesn't sound right. Just gonna do this by eye. There we go. That is, I mean, the reason I'm using this shape is because that is exactly what a missile looks like in this game right now. UI mod chips.
Well, it is.
I used to look at forklifts all day long, and I don't remember. People walking through the factory, and there'd be forklifts driving all over the place. I guess I wasn't looking at their number plates. I don't know. Okay. Did I save that to the right spot? Assets mod chips. Oh, minimized. Hello. Oh, there it is. Small and large icon. Since we don't have a difference, we don't have a use for the difference. Fire a barrage of missiles at the closest target. Actually, it's not really that. That's not an accurate description of what this is. We're going to fire a barrage of missiles at it's like the enemy closest at the enemies around you, I guess we should just say. Okay. And now we just need to call that signal. Chaff randomizer is called automatically since 4.0. There we go. Now we know. At the first node in group, Ella. Yeah. I mean, we would say that. People would be like, what? Even when does it get, when your project runs, they call randomize, so it's going to be random every time. Yeah. A lazy band-aid. Okay, fire a barrage. Why is that capital? Why is that a capital? I don't know. Okay, so the on-equip arg would be just one, right? It's just one argument here, and it is a scene. It is a packed scene. Can we do that? Packed string, packed byte array object, I guess. It's a nice quality of life thing. Meme meantime, you want to control the seed if you want to use random to make levels. You hunt for fun maps, then the map seed to seed values. Oh, yeah, good point. And this is in the player abilities missile barrage. Okay, so that's the object, right? And the signal that we need to call is add ability. And then removability doesn't require any. Oh, interesting. We only have an on and an off for the mod chip. Oh, shout out Claire Obscure. Lullaby of the Goddess? Hyrule Cafe? This does not sound... This is definitely Claire Obscure, right? Am I crazy? Okay, okay. Wait, we've got issues. So on equip, if we has action, if Signal Manager has action, call array, action, and then we append array for the on unequip args. So we can only have one action. I disagree with that. I think we can have two, but it's going to affect all of the mods, which is really annoying. It should be just called on unequipped signal, and it's a... I mean, realistically, we could simplify this by just making it all a single array, and then you just put the signal in that you want to call when you do unequip and unequip. Realistically, that's how you would do it. You would just go, you've got this, you get rid of this, but not yet. Make a big change like this. It's easier if we make it first, and it's always going to be a string name, right? And you do this like that, and then you add this, and you do this string name like this. Go to the next one. I'm making a template game. It's a project that never sees a player or store. It allows me to make games quickly using the same battle tested ideas. If you know what a session musician is. Yeah, nice. Isn't that how Godot started? They just made like an engine that they would use to like make games quickly for people. It's dancing past tutorial hell. Maybe it helps you escape it, yeah. I mean, I made like templates. That was like what I just made because it's fun, you know? These are all override stat requests. In the weekends, I like learning Judy script. I don't want to do more school stuff or whatever. Power up production. Yeah, we're getting there. We're getting there. This is a slow process because I want things to just be good. Okay, so that's all fixed up. Then we can remove this variable called action. And then here we don't even really need... We do want the call array, but it's just an array. And then the only other thing that we are really assuming here is that we go on equip args 0, right? Which is kind of sketch, but we'll just roll with it. Okay, and so now we can have any number of arguments, so which is good. We can have any signal that we want to call. It doesn't have to be the same one for equip and unequip. String name here is going to be add ability, right? And it needs to be first in the list. And we only need to have 2 actually. Remove item is at the top. And this one is a string name and it is remove ability. Okay, so let's see if it works. Let's delete this. Moment of truth. Random number game. Oh, we also need to add this to the list of things that we have equipped. So let's just add this to the number of mod chips. Okay, let's delete all our save files and start fresh. Open user data folder. I really need to like add a button to do that just in game because it's like I do it all the time. School is in 2 days. Yeah, back to it. Funny thing is, like, I never stop working. Okay, let's see what happens. So right now, when I press S, nothing happens. If current ability, invalid access to active on null instance. Oh, if current ability, right? I thought I fixed that. Like you need to have a current ability. Okay, we'll go here. We look at the mod chip menu. We've got fire a barrage. Wait, you stop working when I'm at school? No. I'm working all the time. When we equip that, it goes there. Nothing happens. We've got debugger. Mod chips on error calling signal add ability callable node 2D cannot convert argument 1 from object to object. Interesting. Argument 1 from object to object. I guess it's a bit cranky about what it's getting. Add ability, it's expecting ability, and what did I give it? I gave it an ability. Do we just like not, do we node 2D this? Good old signals. Have I tried turning it off and on again? All the time. Still cranky. Cannot convert argument 1 from object to object. Interesting. What am I doing here? Current ability. We're calling add ability, which is expecting an ability, which right now is just a node 2D. And in the missile barrage mod, we have got a pack scene called missile barrage. Maybe because it's a pack scene. That is probably what the problem is. So what we can do is this is actually going to be an ability scene. Just change the name of this. And it is a pack scene. Not a node 2D. We do have to load it. That makes sense now that I think about it. All right, so let's fix this up. Pretty easy stuff. So we can go and basically we're going to say that we're going to create a variable called ability. And it'll be an ability. And then we will go ability equals ability scene, which is spelled wrong. dot instantiate, right? Okay. Is active flag or is activated is equipped act? I don't know what you mean by that. Okay. Never mind. Bob. Okay. Look at that. It works. And what happens when we unequip it? Now we can't do it. So that is working. Now the question really is at this point,
Chicken nugget.
if we create a second one, how does it behave? Because I'm a bit sus on the whole like GD scripts thing. And now we don't have any energy. Oh, we didn't have any energy. Let's just test that then. Let's build up the energy. I think I have a function to give myself like more energy, but let's just build it up and then unequip. And now when I press S, it's still not activating, so that's good. Yeah, F1 and F2, something like that. F1 gives me no health. Control F1 gives me all health. So I think I actually haven't set up anything for the energy, which I should do.
Hippopotamonstrous esquipedaliophobia.
What is that? Is that a real word? Fear of hippopotamus equipped. Okay. So, I mean, it's working. That's the main thing. But yeah, I want to know what happens if we've got multiple... We can't just do a swap. That's one thing. I guess we should like look at that. There's nothing in the UI. We'll look at that later though. That's kind of minor.
I wish I was kidding, that's fear of long words.
Nice. Yeah. That sounds about right. Alrighty. Okay, yeah. We need to create more. So the other idea that someone pitched to me was a big laser that you shoot in a straight line, which I think is a cool idea. But we just have to make it again, which is fine, I think. Because we made missile barrage, all right? What is that? Minecraft? Explode. Oh yeah, it's like the creeper, right? Okay, so let's try and make another one. That's really all we're going to do, is try to make a second one, see how we can change them and if they affect anything in the code, and if not, we're just off to the races. We probably don't need too many of these, maybe like 4 or 5. It doesn't have to be like a lot. So this is a node 2D. I guess I can just click this and we'll call this laser. And we create a script. It inherits ability, and we go to scripts, player, ability manager, abilities, laser. Great. Okay. Now, if we look at the missile barrage, we're calling activate, I should say. That's literally it. So that's the function we have to call, and then the rest is all up to us. Now, if we want this to come, gotta go, have a good day, or night, wherever you are. So how do we determine where to go? I normally do it with a marker, but this one's not going to be lock on. It's just going to be a straight line from the character. The issue then will be where does this marker go? Well, like we want it to follow the input. So if you're pressing up, it goes up or whatever. Or maybe we just go left or right. Like you're just like locked in place and you're going to do a left or right attack just to make it a little bit more constraint. So then this marker would just be not needed because if we're just going to go left or right, we just grab the input at the time. Delete that then. How do we get input from this? Is another question as well. We can emit information like that. I don't know if it's available globally. Maybe we need to make it available globally. So it just makes it easier. But we can draw a line. The easiest way, I've done lasers before. I'm going to disappear and go shopping. Well, enjoy your shopping. Hope you get something nice. So we can animate this, I guess. Right? And add points. So you add a point and you say say it's going to be like 100. So you can like draw this like this to create the idea of a laser. And then you just like shove a shader on that. Pretty easy stuff. And then just make it red. For now. Oh, there's a width curve. Nice. Oh, it doesn't work like I kind of thought it would. I thought it would get thick in the middle. I suppose I'd need to add another point, right? Like that. Something like that you can do. Let's just keep it simple, 2 points, and then yeah. Wait, what the heck? Oh, that's a middle point. Okay, cool. So do we make this sort of just travel out from the weapon on a left, right, and when it hits something, it does damage. So you can have a hitbox with a collision shape. If I can type collision shape. Long instant laser versus travel shape laser. Maybe long instant laser would feel more impactful. Kind of just like a quick one to do like a bit of damage. And it's going to travel along and just do a line of damage. Like, just hits everything on a left or right basis. Along the line. So if you have like a bunch of enemies all lined up, you can just hit them all. Shake and flash screen later, yeah. We'll just make it basic to begin with. The question is going to be the direction. Like, how do you get this to like go left or right depending on what's happening, and then change the object's shapes and stuff like that. Make that 0. No, it has to be like half of what it already is. I don't know. The size. Rotate or flip parent node, yeah. That is pretty much what we'll do. We can just rotate 180. Scale is kind of annoying. We won't do that. Although, it probably will cause issues with the hitbox. So rotation is probably preferred. So what I want to do instead, because we need this hitbox, you know what? I think hitboxes will, if we just like create a massive hitbox, long instant laser, then double side Anthony Stark power up, double sided mode. Like he puts both of his arms out and shoots in both directions. And then spins around. Extends ability, and then it's really just like Funk Activate, right? Activate should have an underscore in front of it. I'm not doing it correctly. Ability mods, chips, what? Oh, we're gonna save the scene. Scenes. Player abilities. Laser. Assign collision shape. Reset position anew. Okay, so is there a way to get like the input? First of all, is there anything in the game state that will tell us that? I guess you could go with player.input direction, player.state machine dot. We can actually get to the player from the game state and like check that, but I don't know if it's like an accessible variable within the player. Let me just check. We should make it though, to be honest, because it would make it a lot easier for certain things. I don't think I'm ever getting that. I'm not storing it, but I do have the state. I do have access to the state machine. Does a weapon parent node exist, or a universal weapon handle exist? Yeah, so there is a weapon, or weapons plural, which does have a direction. So I guess I could get that. The breakpoint there. And in this is how we determine which way to send the bullet, right? So we're basing it on direction versus input direction. We're storing both actually. And there's a signal called on direction changed. So we can actually receive that information as well via a signal. We just have to connect it to the state machine. That's how it gets its information. We could feed off that. We could connect it to the signal. I don't know. The question is, does the player have that available in their thingo? We do have the weapon manager, right? So we can just go game state weapon manager dot input direction. One of them is left and right, and the other is, I think input direction is any direction and direction is left or right. So if we look at weapons, and we've got two here, we've got direction and input direction. And that's just so that when we shoot up, if Y on the input direction is 0, then input direction is fire direction. Do we ever use direction? We're just storing it. I think it's just the left or right. Get fire direction, and we pass in direction. And we're just checking to see if you're pressing Y. Ah, lovely and not complicated at all, but we want direction. So we can just get that. Oh, yeah, default value is -1. Where's laser? Did I close it? Is it just hiding? Watch me like not know. I think var dir is a vector 2, and it's equal to game state, right? Dot player dot weapon manager dot direction. Easy. And then I guess we just do an if, or we could do a check. Probably create a function for it. Set laser direction. And it takes a direction. Vector 2. There's a void. Okay, and then we just say duh. If duh is equal to vector 2 dot left, which is a constant that you can get access to, which is -1. That means it needs to be flipped. So we can say we need to get access. We obviously need the laser at export var laser. Is a node 2D. And we can say laser dot rotate rotation dot what? Is it? Oh, dude, actually, never mind. It's a node 2D, so rotation is just a single variable, right? Transform is just rotation. Equals 180. Dag to rag? Probably. Something like that. It's pretty easy. Set laser direction. And then pass in dirt. Okay. Let's just... We need to create a node to hold all this stuff. We need to remember that this is going to be present on the player all the time. This does not spawn, so we need to like pay attention to that. This hitbox cannot be active until we press activate, right? And this cannot be even visually seen until we press activate. We could probably spawn it in, but I don't know. It's probably easier if it's just present. Can't have two with the same name. Laser node, that's fine. So yeah, so we are going to need an animation player. And then what we can do is we can set the width of this, so we can actually animate the position of the second point, I think. So if we create a new thing like shoot laser, and it's very quick, right? Like it's 0.1 second. Make the snap 0.1. Add a track, and it's... Yeah, so now we can go to this, and we can key it, right? Surely we can key these positions. No? Oh, yes, we can. We can key the positions, right? So... we go 0, 0, right? And we key that, create a reset track, and then here at 1. Now the width of the screen is 320. So we can make it 320 divided by 2. 160 should be the width of this. And then same with this. So just make it go the entire length of the screen. 320 divided by 2 is 180, right? Is that what it said? 160. And then make this 160 div 2. Right, okay, good. And then for the final one, line is 160. Right, and then we key that as the position. And look at that, like, that's, even that feels too slow. We could have like almost a finishing effect on this, where we pull this way to 160. Shoot a laser like that. And we need to turn on the collision shape. Ship it, yeah. And when it's full, we'll enable the collision shape. And then it'll be enabled, and when it's finished like this, we'll disable it. So then it'll just do damage to anything in its path. It's not super accurate or anything like that. Like I suppose you could move that so that it would do damage in a line, but I will just leave it like this. Is good. Just to get something rolling. So we shoot laser, and then we base the rotation. Oh, it rotates from the center. No, that's okay because we're going to rotate this. So if we face this 180 and then play it, what does it look like? It's exactly what we wanted. So I think the thickness is flipped, but that's all right. It's fast enough that it's not an issue. And just to be extra safe, I'm going to play with the visibility of the whole thing. So we're going to make it invisible on the very first frame. And then on the very next frame, we'll make it visible. You are standing in the kill zone. Maybe make these like this and then... Well, here it's not visible, so it's fine. Easy. So yeah, then we just play the animation, really. That's all it is. There's nothing else to it. Should work. Export var animation player. Actually, you know what? It's easier if you do like an on ready for this. You make it accessible with a unique name to help compress it. And then you do that, and then you go animation player.play, and it should just like know the name of the animation, shoot laser. And it's a hitbox, so it really should just do everything for us. We just need to make it hit the enemy hurt box, right? Easy. How much does it do? 20 damage in a line? That's pretty good. I think that's fine. Okay, let's create a mod for it. We can just duplicate this. A laser. Firing my laser, for the old heads out there, was like an OG meme on Reddit back in the day. Shoot the laser. Export as laser icon. Okay. Assets, UI, mod chips, laser icon. Fire a laser in all capitals again. A huge beam of energy in a straight line. Okay, and then add ability, and then we just attach the laser scene. Right? And then in the player, we just need to give that mod chip to it in the player data. Add that mod chip. Go find it. Major laser. There's so many. I need to add sounds to these as well. I didn't do that. That's the icon. Where's the thing? I hit save on that. And yep. We should be good to go. We're going to need to do a new game. Did I add an ability cost to it? It should be free. Let's see. We're not emitting the finish signal, but so there's a signal that the ability needs to emit, which is complete. Dot emit. Because otherwise you never escape it. Also, we don't change the animation. We need to look at that too. So that maybe that can be tomorrow. Okay, let's run it again. The second one. Okay. Also, I don't think there's a cost to it. Ouch. Is it not equipped? It's not equipped. He still doesn't escape from it. And it's a little bit big. Or little. Interesting. Okay, so complete.emit is not connected. Complete.emit. Interesting. Complete.emit. Active true? That's the other thing as well. Like that, I forget like how it's supposed to work. You set it to active. You don't want it to be able to spam it, basically. You set active true, and then when you're completing, you're emitting. I guess fat laser. Yeah. I guess the ability, add ability, current ability dot connect exit ability, and then your current ability dot complete connect exit ability. Current ability equals false. Ability finished. And we call that. So I'm guessing then it's probably either not emitting that signal or it's not actually connected at all. It's something like that. We'll have to look at that. I've got to end stream, so I have to get this out and done. We'll get our little test target here. Ability finished. Are we calling that before we even finish the animation? You know what I need to do? Is probably go on the laser, await, animation player dot finished. One fat laser, one extra count like animation finished. Complete dot emit. Yes, that was the key to getting that to work, is don't do it until the animation is completed. I couldn't tell you why that's the case, but it is. We can go back to this. We can go back to the game. Yeah, we have to replace the animation. Look at him go. So that just kills everything on screen. I wonder if I can get some stuff to line up. Oh, that guy is super annoying. So let's try to grab this guy. I'm gonna die before I am able to... There we go. Because it has no cost. We can just kill things really quickly. It does a lot of damage. Oh, there's the gauntlet up here that we can test against. I just need a little heal. So I can get there without like getting game overed. It's a little OP right now, since you can just continuously shoot it. Because that's 20 damage, so that's like the equivalent of hitting 2 shots. So like in theory, if you got these guys all lined up, like that. Yeah, it's kind of OP. Nice. Oh, the other thing I wanted to do is just check that you can unequip that and equip that, and it'll go to the other ability, which it does. So that's exactly what we wanted, because we don't want to ever, like, we want to be able to call this, excuse me, and then, oh my God. So, my voice, where did it go? We wanted to be able to call this, well, the whole point of this exercise was to have like interchangeable abilities. So we've got the laser and we can change to that. And then we can save. We don't have any energy, so we can't do this other one. And I don't have the... And then we can unequip that and equip this. And then you could do this other ability if you had the energy for it, which we have to build up. And I mean, it sort of brings everything together because it gives you the cost benefit of doing a powerful attack versus being able to heal, for example. And so now we can do this attack. So it's interchangeable, which is exactly what we're going for this, like another gameplay dynamic, which I think makes a big difference to the way this game feels, especially when it comes to the cost of your energy and making it a currency. So yeah, now we just need to look into changing animations and stuff, and then I think we're good to go. We just need to create a few more. All right, time to start my day. I've got to go to Bunnings again. Stream was chill, many thanks, no worries. Potumusi? Gotta get that Potamusi. You know what I'm saying? Right. Goodbye.